All right. How's it going, everybody? We got the Cornerman, another episode with my man, Danny Sabatello, coming fresh off his win a week ago off the tough Jornel Lugo. What's up, man? Congratulations.
Thank you, bro. How we doing?
Oh, dude, I'm doing great. I'm so happy you're on and coming off that nice win. Bro, that performance was 12 out of 10 Madones. You know what I'm saying? You were fucking unstoppable.
Yeah, dude. It was really good. You know what? It was very important for me to stick to the game plan. I think that's a fight where really wherever the fight went, I felt very confident I was going to win, but it was important to
Mhm.
stick to the game plan and get that experience of, you know what? No matter what happens, stick to the fucking game plan because next fight we're going to have a game plan. I got to stick to that. So, obviously, I think that's a guy that I'm so much more skillful than that I think I would beat on the feet, on the ground, wherever the fuck it is. But it was really satisfying knowing that I was able to stick to the game plan throughout the entire fight. And I don't think he won 1 second of the fight from bell to bell every round.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah. So, especially, I know it's been on the highlight of that waist lock where you just kind of snap into the ground. Like you were just relentless, man. It was freaking awesome. But no, you like you said, man, stick to the game plan. And like you had to get up off the stool and keep sticking to the game plan. I don't fighters don't realize how important that is. And I brought that up on here before. Like, I know, like I remember when I was coaching some of the amateurs. Like I remember Fernando Reyes, who we're all going to be hearing about when he gets back off his injury. He was like running through, like submitting everybody in the first round. And then I remember he finally went into the second round. I'm like, man, I'm just happy you had to get up off the stool. It is that experience, like you said, and you remain dominant. Now you know what you're capable of in between that breaks, right?
Yep, absolutely. It's very different between practice and the actual fight. When
Mm.
you count in all the eyes on you, the pressure, the bright lights, you got to make weight and then perform. There's a ton of guys out there that are so good in practice, and then once they actually compete, it's just a different story. So no matter how good you are, it is always a different story in that cage. So I'm going with guys like Marlon Moraes, Pedro Munoz, Edson Barbosa, and I'm doing good, but you always have that little doubt of, okay, well, you know what? Am I going to be this fucking good inside the actual cage when it comes time to crunch time? So that was just kind of like reassuring that, you know what? Nobody is going to fucking beat me. I came into that fight very confident. For the past year now, I think nobody has been able to beat me. But it's also a different story when you step in the cage. So it just gives me even more confidence, if that's even possible, that I can go out there and just beat the shit out of these guys. I'm very good in practice, but I think I'm even better under the lights, which is a good thing to be. There's always guys that are good in practice, not in the cage, and there's always guys that are good in the cage and not very good in practice. And I think I'm good in both. And yeah, it was just a very fucking great weekend. Stuck to the game plan, got the W. And not only did I get the W, but I dominated him. The goal in this was to convince the fans that I'm such a better fighter than him. I wanted no doubt in anybody's mind that I'm so much better, so much more skillful, so many more weapons than him. And I think I did show that. Everybody is going to be able to say that Jornel Lugo is not better than Danny Sabatello. And
Hmm.
sometimes if you get an early finish or second round finish, that's just not the case. People can go back and say, oh, it's a fluke. You got lucky. Or fans say, oh, yeah, but if they fought again, I see it a different result. No, I beat him from bell to bell every fucking second of the fight, smashed him open, gave him stitches, and I put that Ben to rest who's the better fighter.
15 minutes of superiority. That's what I'm talking about. Now, you mentioned something earlier that I always like about fighting better than you train, and that's because that goes back to like what I brought up in our last time we spoke about how you just showed up to American Top Team ready to do it. That's not a comfortable situation, and I feel like the fact that you're so willing to put yourself outside of your comfort zone is what leads to that. What do you think about
Yeah,
that?
absolutely. You have to. And fighting,
Mhm.
it is an uncomfortable sport. So anytime you can get uncomfortable, and just in life in general, I live my life like how I fight. I kind of simulate everything in terms of fighting. Because fighting is all I really give a fuck about. It's all I think about. I go to the best gym in the world, American Top Team, every day, twice a day. So I don't do too much other shit. I don't have hobbies. Hobbies are for average people. I don't hunt. I'm not a hillbilly. I don't play video games. I'm not a dork. All I care about is just fighting. So yeah, it's just nice to be able to go in there and get these wins and succeed, especially when you put everything into it. It's all I care about again. And yeah, I mean, you got to get uncomfortable because at some points in fights, you're going to get uncomfortable, whether you get hit hard with a shot or a submission attempt that you're going to have to control your breathing and slow everything down. So try to get comfortable being uncomfortable is the quote. And it's a great one. Um, yeah, I've always been uncomfortable. I try to simulate that as much as I can.
Man, you know, and like with that mindset, like that's so big to be the wild card to start in the pigtails or the rat tails as we used to say in wrestling, right? And that's what's going to take you far in this tournament, man. So
Yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely. And I think it's a bonus that I am, because nobody will be able to say when I'm champion that I got lucky or anything. Sometimes with these other promotions, and if it's not a tournament, they could say the promotion pick and chose who was going to get that title shot. The good thing with this is, this is a fucking bracket. You want to be the best, you're going to have to go along the way and beat everybody that's in front of you. So there's going to be nobody saying, oh, fuck, Danny Sabatello got lucky. And on top of that, I got the most fights in the bracket. I actually had to go through a pigtail match. It's just everything is a bonus. Nobody is going to be able to say shit once I have that fucking belt wrapped around my waist. And it just makes it even better.
Absolutely, man. So, like I said, we're a week removed. How's this week been going? Any bumps or bruises or anything? You're just chilling?
Nope, no bumps or bruises. 100% healthy. The only thing that's sore is my elbow from hitting him on the fucking head. But other than that, I'm ready to go again. My coaches, Mike Brown, and everyone was saying take a couple of days off because we got 9 weeks until the next fight. So we're about to enter a grueling fucking training camp. But man, that's just not me. I just not only is it driving me crazy to not be able to work out, but I love going to practice. This fight aside, why would I not want to go inside the gym and just get better? At the end of the day, fighting is fun to me. Practice is fun to me. So I've gone a little bit crazy the past couple of days, but I went back to the gym today, got in there, got some good scraps in. My conditioning hasn't left at all. I'm just so fucking pumped for an 8 more weeks, Higo. Yeah, man. The plan was supposed to be to take this week off, but that's just not my style. All I care about is fighting. That's what's fun to me. I'll go fucking nuts if I don't train for a week. So yeah, I'm right back in the gym and I'm ready to fucking go.
Love it, man. All right. So yeah, so you brought him up. The next opponent, Leandro Higo. He did say something about grabbing your neck or something in the while you were on the post fight or something like that, right? What happened there?
Yeah, he's a little bitch and he's fucking delirious. He said that he was gonna strangle my neck or something like that, which is just absolutely bizarre. He
Mhm.
thinks that he's a good jujitsu guy. I don't see it. I don't think he's very good in jujitsu. I've been watching a little bit of his fights. Even late at night, I'll fucking wake up in the middle of the night and I'll just start like getting so fucking pissed off, and I'll watch some of his film and I'm just not impressed by the guy. I know on paper people are gonna think this is a matchup between a guy that's an elite level jiu-jitsu guy and elite level wrestler. It's not. It's a matchup between a piece of shit and a fucking stud in MMA. But so yeah, I'm just very excited to fucking strangle him. He's been talking a little bit of trash now. Good. I get in these dudes' heads. They have no idea the mind games that are coming, and they don't understand nuts of warfare really. So glad that he's already chirping at me. And I think this is going to be a fun one.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean, you're in the right place for a jiu-jitsu guy, that's for sure. So the hair you got going on there, is that the same color we're gonna be rocking in 8 weeks? Or are you keeping it a
Probably,
secret?
we'll see. I don't want to give anything away. I might do something different. I might keep it the same. I don't really know yet. We'll decide when it gets
Well, now you
closer.
got a Twitter account. You should take a poll to see what
That
color
is
your hair
actually a
should
good
be.
idea because I did get that Twitter. I'm shocked this rolled on Twitter now. I finally got one. Bellator really wanted me to get one. I haven't had one because I have a little bit of a temper, believe it or not. So I was kind of always afraid if someone talked shit to me on Twitter, I was going to find out where the fuck they are, maybe beat the shit out of them. So I just kind of like get in trouble sometimes. But you know what? I'll take everything with a grain of salt. I'm going to have fun on Twitter. I'm not going to let it get me in trouble. I'm not going to be tweeting too much because I don't really, who gives a fuck if I'm eating a sandwich or whatever. It's all going to be fight related. That's all I care about, anyways. That's the only intel that you'll get from me. But
Perfect.
yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Awesome. So 8 weeks. That's not gonna be in Hollywood, is it?
It's going to be at the Mohegan Sun in
In Connecticut.
Connecticut.
Gotcha. Yeah. All right. My old turf. That's awesome. I'll have to send my parents up there. But that's great, man. I'm so pumped for you, and so I guess we could just go on any words to your opponent that sent that tweet. Any words to your upcoming opponent, Leandro Higo.
Yeah, he goes a fucking idiot. Not only am I going to punish you, but I'm going to make you fucking bleed from your face. The goal is to give you between 23 and 27 stitches. I want to give you scars for the rest of your fucking life. And I'm just going to beat the shit out of you.
All right. Well, there you have it, guys. Danny, the Italian gangster Sabatello, not skipping a beat, getting right on to the next one. Thank you so much for coming on, big guy.
Yep, appreciate it, bro.
Of course, brother. Bye.